Hi Willie, my name is Alexandra Kirov and welcome back to the 5 Ferret Business. Today's video is one I mentioned in my previous video. I'm going to be discussing the benefits of using Etsy as well as the benefits of using my website provider Big Cartel and the downsides to using both. So a bit of context, I first opened up my online shop using Big Cartel. I originally started with just 5 products because on using Big Cartel the free plan gives you up to 5 products, and I started off small, so I started off with that. And I quickly upgraded to the platinum package, I think, which is just £10 a month, and it allows you to add up to 50 products, which, I mean, I don't think I have 50, I think I have like 24 or something, maybe that's, I don't know. But for £10 a month, I can have up to 50 products, and that has been working really well for me. But maybe about 6 months ago, I then opened up an Etsy shop because I heard, it was one of the best selling platforms. And at first it was great. I mean, I quickly surpassed the sales I made on my website, and I was getting sales much more frequently, and it just seemed to be working a lot better. But nothing is truly as it seems here, so I'm going to be going through what I like about both, what I don't like about both, and why. Overall, I don't really like Etsy as a selling platform for the seller. Like, I use Etsy all the time to buy things because I prefer buying from independent companies. If you hear or see anything, that's because they're out currently. But yeah, so first of all, Big Cartel. So, like I said, this is what I originally started with. I found it very easy to operate. It was very easy to customize the website how I wanted it. Hello, YouTube. I found it very easy to customize and design. They have a lot of different options. It's not quite as expansive as some website builders, just because it's more for shopping and less of a website builder per se. But it was very easy to do. I had no issues with it. I will say, even if you upgrade to a platinum package or one of the paid packages, you don't have a custom domain. So for me, my Ferret box is .bigcartel.com. You do have to pay for it separately, which I plan on doing soon. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because life stuff. But even with the Big Cartel bit stuck on the end, my website does come up in the first page of Google, which is a big thing, and I found it really easy to sort out stock on it, put sales on, discount codes and all that. I attached it to my Instagram bio and my Facebook bio because I wanted that to be the main shopping point for customers. I wanted that to be the cheapest option, so that's why, like, originally I don't have postage prices on most of my products on Big Cartel. I think I started adding prices for some just because Royal Mail put their prices up, and I use Royal Mail because in the UK, although it's not the cheapest, it's the safest. I know some use Every, and I can't use Every. It used to be Hermes, and we all know what Hermes is like. So far, my likes with Big Cartel is that it's really easy to do, really easy to set up, but because it has no SEO part of it, it's up to you to drive sales. Although if you search at Ferret Birthday Box on Google, it does come up, it's still quite hard for customers to just stumble upon it unless you're actively looking for it. And that's why I refer customers to my website when I'm talking to them online, because otherwise you're not likely to find it. And that's where Etsy comes into play. So like I said, I started using Etsy a little bit afterwards, after I started my shop, and it was good. Like, it was a little complicated because it's a lot more professional, I'd say. Like, this is a whole platform dedicated to selling things, so it's a lot more professional, and there's a lot more to it. A lot more detailed, it's a lot more finicky, but I stuck with it, and but it took me a while to add all my products on. I got the hang of it, but my biggest issue with Etsy, which I didn't have until this year really, is the fees. So the reason I've upped my prices on Etsy as well as my postage on Etsy is actually because they've upped the percentage of fees and fees that they take from your order. So what's it called? Now they're taking a lot more money from my profit, and there's like a little fee for everything, like things like off-site marketing, which I don't even really know what that counts as. I don't know what counts as off-site marketing. Every time you add or renew a listing, every time a customer buys something, a fee gets taken, and it's gone to a point where I'm losing every month, depending on how well I'm doing, like between £15 and £40 a month just on fees. Not quite 40, but like I am losing quite a bit of profit on just fees. Like I'm still making a profit, but Etsy is taking a lot of it, which is why I'm having to up prices, and it's why I keep referring customers back to my website, because there's no fees there. It's just £10 a month, and as long as I make £10, then you know that's paid for. I'd rather pay the upfront monthly cost rather than sort of the hidden fees I don't notice until I check my payment account, and they've taken £5 off my £12 order. So ultimately that's my biggest issue with Etsy, and I know they've upped their fees this year, which is why it's suddenly started bothering me. I also find, but I will say, the good thing about Etsy is that it's where I get most of my sales. Most of my new customers and most of my returning customers are through Etsy. I have had a lot more orders and a lot more frequent ordering from Etsy. So maybe in a week I might get 1 or 2 Big Cartel orders, I might get like 4 Etsy orders. And I will say that Etsy's marketing and SEO search engine stuff is definitely a big deal, because although I can direct people to the Etsy, people are more likely to find it on their own, which is what's driving the sales. So it's tricky, it's tricky to sort of pinpoint which one's my favourite, but I would, as a business owner, I would prefer Etsy because it does give me most of my sales, but I don't like how much money they're taking away, because although it's not my life, I have other jobs, I'm an author, I have books, so a part-time job, it's still a big part of my income. That's something that I rely on when financial times get stressful or the costs of living rising. When I haven't been able to work as many hours and my books haven't been doing too well, I rely on this. So knowing that Etsy has taken a big chunk of my profit is a bit upsetting, because then sometimes it means I don't have much profit after I pay for just shipping costs. But I will say that brings me on to another point, which is Etsy brings in a lot of international orders. Yeah, do you mind? It brings in a lot of international orders, because before I mostly got UK. When I first started and I had my website, I mostly got UK orders, and I think that's because I promoted myself on Instagram, but also on my Facebook page, and I was part of a group on Facebook called UK Ferrers. I still am. So I would post my thing there, so I usually get orders from people within the UK. But when I started selling on Etsy, tons of like US orders. I'm based in the UK, so it was a shock to figure out shipping to the US because it's expensive. Luckily I've got it all sorted, but it meant that like there's a couple orders that I had to I put the price for shipping internationally quite low, and I was like, wait, that's not enough. So I had to up it again, and I feel bad, but at the same time, like it is how it is. I try to price everything as fairly as possible, but with some of the bigger things like the birthday boxes, you know, the mega treat boxes, it's just unavoidable. Harley, why are you eating so loudly? That's Harley in here, he's my African pygmy hedgehog. But Yeah, so I think I prefer having my own website, my own store, like Big Cartel. Like it definitely makes me feel more like my own seller, my own business, if that makes sense. But as a I don't like, again, I keep saying I don't like how Etsy is upping their fees and how it's really impacting a lot of the smaller businesses on Etsy. So just keep that in mind if you are shopping on Etsy. That what are you doing? Keep in mind if you're shopping on Etsy, or even just if you're planning on opening your own store, or if you've got a store but you're planning on migrating to Etsy, I would highly recommend the best option is to have both, because you got one that drives tons of new customers and you got one that's good for stable returning customers, and it's the best way to showcase you as your independent business rather than just part of a platform. So what I've started doing is on my Etsy orders, including a little note that gives them the link to my website with a special discount code they could only use there, so that it drives more repeating customers to the website, which would be cheaper for both of us because the prices won't be as high and the fees won't cost me as much. So yeah, ultimately that's what I would recommend. Yeah. So yeah, that's ultimately what I recommend. But yeah, like I said, I love using Etsy. I love shopping on it, but knowing how consumerism it's got is a little worrying. But hey ho, I mean, everything's rising these days, so not much we can do. But anyway, thanks for listening to my unhinged rant about Etsy and shopping and all that. It's not quite as planned out as I wanted it to be because things just kept popping up in my brain. That's what you get for being neurodivergent. But I will be back with more ferret specific related content, of course, in due time. But for now, that is all. Give a video a like and subscribe so you don't miss my uploads because I'm still growing. But that's all to say. Thank you. Bye.